Oh, in a 5-0 defeat, it was pretty tough to watch. What was it like to play in?
Tough, like you said. We didn't get going at all, and I think we're quite embarrassed in there and so disappointed as a group. So yeah, it's real tough one to take. Obviously with the scoreline and stuff in our own stadium, and it's really important that we make sure that never happens again.
What's the general gist of what's been said?
I think we'll probably review it tomorrow properly, in depth. Everything's quite raw at the minute, so we'll get to the kind of real tactical sort of elements of it tomorrow. But obviously the first kind of emotion is, like I said before, a bit embarrassed and frustrated and just sort of apologetic to everyone who sort of came out and supported today, because we didn't give them anything. What particularly stands out? Was there a moment in the game that you think, this isn't going well? Not really. I think the first goal was frustrating. Obviously, a set play, kind of short corner. So when that went in, and you play against a team who's going to kind of sit in a low block and be good on the counter attack, you give yourself a bit of an uphill battle. But we didn't really panic. We kind of kept the ball a bit and try to probe a bit and create a few things, and then they scored the goal against kind of the run of play at that stage. So obviously 2-0, and yeah, it was tough. So at half time, we got together and we kind of went out the second half with I think we had the bit between my teeth, and I think we were ready to kind of turn it around, to be honest. And then the third goal was a real sucker punch, and obviously the 2 goals after that as well just added kind of insult to it. But I think it was just frustrating in general, because at half time in the room, I think we all believed that we could get back into the game, and we actually started the second half reasonably well. But obviously you can't lie down and just sort of accept defeat when that third does go in. So yeah, that's probably the most difficult thing for it to take. If it had been 3-0 and it just kind of ebbed away, shall we say, and people have kind of trickled home, you could not take it, but you think, oh right, okay, well, but then for it to be 5. Yeah, well, like I said before, when the third goes in, we kind of lay down a bit and accepted the result, I suppose, because we were really poor from that point onwards, and I don't really know the answers to that, to be honest. Yeah. It's something that we'll obviously look at. But I think just in general, we need to be better and react better to conceding goals, because I think with the players we have in the team, we're always in a game. I think like the likes of Mo, Joe, they can score goals out of anywhere, and Miles, Hursty, all the creative players can create goals out of anywhere. So we're never out of a game, and I think that was the most frustrating part, the way that we kind of reacted to the third goal. Have you experienced this before in football? I've experienced a few bad defeats. When I was young, got beat 10-2 off Liverpool, and kind of vowed that would never happen again. And obviously it wasn't as bad, but it feels as bad because of obviously the kind of step up in standards, and the kind of the quality that I feel like this group's got. So yeah, it's just really disappointing, and I still feel like it probably wasn't a 5-0 game, but ultimately you get beat 5-0 at home, it's never going to be acceptable. How did you respond then, and how do you respond now? Well, like we always do, pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, and go again. It's all we can do. Bradford coming here on Friday, I'm sure there'll be a big following from them, and I'm sure we'll have a few in as well. So yeah, we need to get our heads together and really sort of turn this around. And obviously, like I said before, I've got full faith in the group. We've got the players to turn it around and bounce back. So yeah, we need to obviously look at it tomorrow, and then I think kind of come up with solutions, and from there we need to obviously look towards Bradford and get our heads up and kind of not brush it away, but learn from it and kind of take the things we've learned into the Bradford game. Can that game and the kind of sense of occasion act as a tonic? Is it the best game to kind of have? In my opinion, it is, definitely. I think it's sort of a game that the fans will get you up for. It's kind of a local derby, isn't it? And The atmosphere will be bouncing. Obviously, Friday night adds to a bit of sort of atmosphere and a bit of, just excitement around the game, I think. I think everyone will be up for the game, and we need to make sure we are. But obviously, like I said before, right now it's quite difficult to kind of think past this result. But come tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have to and kind of get our heads up and look forward to that.
What do you imagine tomorrow will be like and having to review it?
It's never nice. I've obviously, when you get called in, it's never going to be a nice experience, but it's one we deserve. I think everyone in that changing room knows that it's unacceptable. So obviously there'll be some probably conversations we don't want to have and some things we don't want to hear, but we'll have to. I think that's the only way we're going to get better as a group, is if we kind of have them uncomfortable chats and get told the uncomfortable things. We can kind of look forward tomorrow, hopefully being a bit of a catalyst for her, hopefully.